ladies here. One or two coming straight off really good indoor seasons. Others who've already had a few races running very, very fast as well. Might be hard to pick an outright favourite here. Although Tina Clayton has been watching her sister, Tia, her twin sister, already run incredibly quick. This is Delphine and Kanza of Belgium. Set PBs at 200 and 300 this year, not far off 100 personal best as well. The very, very good young Australian Tori Lewis, world under 20 champion, and just 21 now. Hasn't had the best of starts in 2026. Anya Del Pont, good to see her back, running well. Had a good start to her season. Already run 11.11, one of her fastest times back home in Switzerland. John Smith is going to go in lane 4, indoor personal best, 7.03 in the semi-finals. Hit the world indoors, finished 5th in the final there. Talking about indoor performances, this was the champions, Anna Dosso of Italy. She went a bronze at the world indoors, a silver at the world indoors, and then finally getting the gold. Incredibly fast starter. Can she yet break 11 seconds? Has not done it so far in her career. Tina Clayton has, still only 21. As I said, the two twins, incredible. And
hello guys, welcome once again to Edwin's Commentaries. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, please remember to subscribe, like and also comment, and don't forget to click the notification button. Jamaica's Spring Dynasty continues. Tina Clayton, Shericka Jackson and Nikisha Price shocked the world. What if I told you that one small Caribbean island continues to dominate the fastest races on Earth? Time and time again, Jamaica proves that greatness is not measured by population, is measured by passion, preparation and performance. From Tina Clayton's breathtaking victory in the 100 meters, Nikisha Price's brilliant tactical win in the 400 meters, and Shericka Jackson's unforgettable performance on the world stage, Jamaica's athletes continue to remind the world why sprinting is deeply woven into the country's identity. Today we are breaking down this incredible performance, exploring what makes Jamaica so dominated and why the rivalry with United States has never been more excited before. We begin. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe and turn on notification for more track and field coverage. Let's get into it.
couple of twitches at the start, Smith in particular, but look at this. Tina Clayton's got out very, very quick indeed. Dosso's been completely left. It's going to be Clayton moving away from everybody else. This is going to be an easy win. Is it going to be quick? 10.85. Another excellent performance from Clayton. Was going to start as the favourite there, and she'll be pleased not only to have won, but she's just pipped the season's best of her twin sister as well by a few hundred. Personal best for, yeah, she's a good starter as well. Left Dosso completely, really, and then just keeps going away from everybody there, Tim.
She does, yeah, fourth from left there. Sometimes when you see an athlete dominate the first 50 line and get other blocks really well, they get run down, but she doesn't. She holds her form really well. Quite small, powerfully built, and that's a going away performance team. Wow, 10.85, a season's best for the Jamaican, and it's the Jamaican 1-2-3 with Williams and Smith in second and third, but she wins by 1/10 of a second, which at that speed is probably just over a metre.
We've also got a fascinating men's 300 metres hurdles later, featuring Carsten Warholm and Alison Dos Santos. But it is the women's 400 metres which gets the 2026 Diamond League season underway. So let's take you out to China and join your commentators, Chris Dennis and Hannah England.
Nikisha Price still holds the Jamaican national record at 48.57. She set that winning the London Diamond League back in 2024, another World Champs finalist last year. Sawa Nasser is on her season opener here. The 2019 World Champion took a brilliant bronze behind Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrone and Marilady Paulino last summer. Aaliyah Butler of United States takes lane 5. She's the Olympic and World Champion in the 4x400. Very good individual athlete as well, 49.09 her best. Martina Weil of Chile had a wonderful 2025, setting 10 national records. She ended up missing the final at the World Championships by just 1/100th of a second. So that lifetime best, 49.72, is the national record for Chile. Stacey Ann Williams of Jamaica goes in lane 3. This is her first 400 of the season. She ran 49.59 last year at the World Championships. She's actually been dabbling in 800s, Williams. She's got down to 2:02, so I wonder if there's a bit of a shift for the Jamaican for this next stage of her career. Paris Peoples takes lane 2 in the United States. This is her 12th 400 of 2026. She has got 2 global golds in the last few months, though, indoors and at the World Relays. And the final athlete in lane 1 is Kanondra Davis of the United States. New lifetime best set in Nairobi at the Kipkeino Classic, one of the Continental Tour Gold events. That's 51.46. So all 9 lanes being put to use here in the women's 400 metres. Salwa Nasser, one of the fastest women of all time, highlights this field in lane 6. Meeting record currently 49.63 from Noveline Williams-Mills, all the way back in 2006. Nasser often starts fast in her season. Let's see what she's got today. Great to see the crowds coming here to watch some of the best athletes in the world in the Shanghai Diamond League. And Sade Williams has gone off incredibly fast out in lane 9. It's quite hard if you can't see all the other athletes around you. And at the moment, Williams has pulled away from Gomez, but Aaliyah Butler being given the fastest through the fast halfway point here. Aaliyah Butler really asking questions here of Nasser as the stagger starts to unwind. Keep your eye on lane 6. Salwa Nasser and Aaliyah Butler inside in lane 5 with the yellow chest and the blue shorts. The American has got an absolute march on the field here. This is a tremendous run from Aaliyah Butler. I mentioned she's got relay gold medals, but she wants to be a fantastic individual performer as well. She's going to come under pressure here from Nikisha Price just in the closing meters. 49.75. That's a brilliant starting time for these athletes at this point in the season. And Nikisha Price so often goes tearing off and is then vulnerable in the last 100 metres. But here in 2026, I think the American has flipped her tactics and they've paid off here.
Well, what a race that was, and what a finish from Nikisha Price, who was just eating into Butler's lead metre by metre in the closing stages, and it was a photo finish. It didn't take long for the photo to come out with an official result. Price has been given it 49.75. The big surprise and disappointment really is Salwa Eid Nasser. We're just, as you mentioned in commentary, so used to seeing her start the season really with a flyer, and she was nowhere. Well down the field. Butler, and that was the difference in the end. Picked off on the line.
It was so well judged from Nikisha Price, and I mentioned that she's supremely talented. Sub-49 athlete, made that final in Tokyo, but to have a different way of running that as well, from what I normally see from Nikisha Price, was interesting and was impressive. People forget about the tactics in 400. You have to pace yourself absolutely perfectly. And Aaliyah Butler, it was brave and she held on pretty well. But Nikisha Price, just with a superior finishing last 50 metres there to take the win by a tiny margin in the end, by just 300ths. A good third for Gomez as well, putting Cuba up on the top 3 in the very opening event.
What a moment. What a night. What a final. This women's 200 metres could be utterly electric. Marie-José Talou, she's just helped Côte d'Ivoire make the final of the 4x1. Could she spring a surprise? She was 4th in the 100 and bitterly disappointed. Fantastic athlete.
In lane 9, the 100 metres gold medalist here in Budapest.
On the outside, Sha'Carri Richardson, gold medalist in the 100 meters in her favorite lane. Could she do it again? She might well need to run a lifetime best. Antonique Strawn was a double World Junior Champion in 2012. It's taken her a long time to fulfill her potential, but she's had the best season of her career. And this, believe it or not, is her first individual global final since those World Juniors. Down to 22:15 this year, the Bahamian goes in 3. The fourth fastest woman in history. Gabby Thomas. Bronze 2 years ago, but she's even quicker this year. Can she do it against an all-star stellar lineup? She's a massive figure in American track and field, but it's a huge test. Dina Asher-Smith knows what it takes to win this title. She did so 4 years ago in Doha and got a bronze 12 months ago in Eugene. It's been a difficult season for Asher-Smith, but if anyone can rise to the occasion, it is the former champion. What a moment for St. Lucia. What a moment for Julian Alfred. 5th in the 100 meters. She's a Commonwealth silver medalist, the 4th fastest in the world this year. Alfred for St. Lucia, bidding for their first medal. 2 times a major bronze medalist for Great Britain. She made the Olympic final a couple of years ago over 100 meters. Daryl Nita is skipping her way into the 200 final. Full of running, full of confidence, and a massive PB for second in the second semi-final. She's now 3rd on the British all-time list.
And finally in lane 6, the defending world champion for Jamaica.
Silver in the 100 meters. Is it going to be gold again for the defending champion, Shericka Jackson? Dan O'Brien next to me. This is just about the best lineup you could ever have for a 200-meter final. This is going to be huge.
Well, and there's so many storylines here. The Jamaicans absolutely ruled the sprints in Eugene last year. Sha'Carri Richardson foiled that again this season. But Shericka Jackson has absolutely looked the best of all these competitors here in the 200 meters. I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Gabby Thomas. She is an absolute star in the makings, and whether she wins gold here or not, she's going to be one of the favorites in Paris next year.
I promise I'm not exaggerating when I say you can almost feel everyone's pulses quicken. That is the sense of expectation here in Budapest. This could be so fast.
Sha'Carri Richardson has nothing to lose. She just needs to relax.
Richardson, USA 9. Thomas, USA 8. Alfred, St. Lucia in 7. Jackson, defending champion, in 6, Jamaica. Daryl Nita, Great Britain 5. Asher-Smith, Great Britain 4. Strawn, Bahamas 3. Tarlou, Côte d'Ivoire in 2. It's been absolutely brilliant in Budapest this week, and it might be about to get even better. 4 athletes in this field have broken 22 seconds this season. In Jackson and Thomas, we have the 2nd and 4th fastest women in history, and outside them, in her lucky lane 9, is the newly crowned 100-meter champion, brimming with confidence and belief. Whoever wins this may have to run very, very close to a 35-year-old world record to do so. This is the Women's 200-meter World Championship Final. The ultimate final explodes into life. Jackson's going really well in the middle to go with her. But it's Shericka Jackson up here. What's
watch the clock. This is so fast. Richardson, it's the second fastest time ever run. And a mark of her confidence is that she looked fleetingly disappointed that she hadn't broken the world record. Thomas took the silver with 21.81 and Richardson the bronze. That was simply majestic. It was never in doubt. World record. That was stunning from Jackson.
Well, you look at her in the last 100 meters and she is so concentrating on her form and her technique, and she is an absolute metronome down the home straight all the way through the line. She doesn't need to dip. She knows she's running extremely fast, and I think she had more than just the 200-meter world championship on the line. She did want that world record.
You could tell in her eyes when she looked at the clock when she finished. Yes, she was pleased she won, but she knew that was fast. I thought for a whisker, just for a whisker, I thought she might have done it. It was ever so close.
You've got to feel for Julian Alfred as well. Fourth place finish. She was fifth in the 100. Fourth place finish here. She's had a wonderful championship, but just overshadowed by just brilliant performances.
Looks like a spaceship landed, doesn't it, in the background there. It looks fabulous. I'm sure it will be when it's finished. Women's 100 meters, Deja Stevens goes in lane 1, the 30-year-old. Don't get to see her too often on the Diamond League circuit. Brie Rizzo, the Australian, and like the South Africans, already had a big season, equalled her personal best in Perth at the Australian Championships, where she finished third. And again, a couple of Americans we don't see loads of necessarily, but Cabrera Sturgis is going to be in lane 3. Is in pretty good form. 10.98. That's her quickest for 3 years. That was in the States earlier this month. And then Celera Barnes had a great indoor season last year. She was actually third in the Diamond League in Doha at the beginning of last season, looking to get the Diamond League season off to a good start here. Won the national championships at 60 meters indoors, so no doubt Barnes will get out quickly. Not sure what to expect from Shericka Jackson, the great world champion. Not sure she's yet in the sort of form where we haven't seen her over 100 meters yet this season. As such, she was second in the Diamond League in China over 200. And then Zoe Hobbs, we've got 3 or 4 people here. We're at the World Indoors. Zoe Hobbs, one of them, the New Zealander, was 6th in the final there. Had a very good indoor season. Maya McCoy, well, she took a chance, won the kind of international race in Doha before the Diamond League. Then we had a withdrawal, and she had got to race twice there, and is in good form. It says Liberia. I'm told, I think that she's going to go back to running for the USA, or wants to. She accepted the chance to run for Liberia, but now wants to go back on that, getting close to 11 seconds. Now, Jasia Sears, watch out for her. Again, another great indoor runner. Sadly, injury last year after running 10.77 early in the year meant that we didn't see the best of her for the rest of 24. And then Rani Rosius of Belgium in lane 9. So the quick starters, you've got Sears in 8. Can she turn that into a big 100 meters here? Zoe Hobbs gets out quickly as well. Barnes the same. What are we going to see from Shericka Jackson right in the middle? The biggest name in this 100 meters, but is she going to be quick enough at this stage of her season? And what about McCoy? New name on the circuit to many, and her chance to show what she can do in this sort of company. So Jackson right in the middle. In lane 5, Barnes and Sturgis are the 2 Americans in 4 and 3 next to her. Hobbs in the yellow, then McCoy, Jasia Sears and Rosius closest to the camera. Women's 100 meters.
Sir.
Oh, a really good start from Barnes, and Sturgis got away quickly as well, and these two with half a yard, although Barnes is beginning to go back. Shericka Jackson coming through the middle. Jasia Sears is going to be close as well. It's going to be tight on the line. Jackson might just get there. She does. McCoy's gone through for second. Well, we said we weren't sure what to expect from Shericka Jackson, and it's good to see. We want our big stars coming and running well. She doesn't look too happy, does she? But that was an emphatic win in the end. Not super quick. It's a warm evening here and a little breeze behind the sprinters. But 11.04, a good start for Jackson. 2-3 others got out of the blocks better, but by 50 meters she was certainly co-leading and then went on to take it, Tim.
Yeah, she did. I mean, actually a brilliant start, and you called it, from Salira Barnes. Look there in the headband, fourth from right. But it's almost like she just lost her rhythm there, and the power of Shericka Jackson, she carried on accelerating. They hit their top speed at around 70 meters, these sprinters. She just holds her form there. Look at that really symmetrical, beautiful looking balance. Coming through strongly on the near side, McCoy in the all black does well there, just easing out Jacia Sears, who takes a third spot, a season's best for her, the same as the winner Shericka Jackson. But yeah, Shericka Jackson very, very sober, Steve. Think she probably knows full well that there's a bigger fish to be caught later in the season, much bigger fish.
I think she'll be pleased with that, whatever cool demeanor she's keeping. You know, there's some good people here running well, and for Jackson, 100 meters.
Hello guys, welcome back to Edwin's reaction and commentary. Tina Clayton leads a Jamaican sweep. The women 100 meters once again reminded the world that Jamaicans remain the home of elite sprinting. Tina Clayton exploded out of the blocks with confidence and never looked back. Crossing the finish line in an expressive 10.85 seconds, she delivered one of the strongest performances of the season. But perhaps the most remarkable part was not just the victory. It was the fact that Jamaican claimed first, second, and third place. That kind of dominance doesn't happen by accident. It reflects years of development, fierce domestic competition, and athletes constantly pushing one another to improve. For Tina Clayton, this performance signaled that the next generation of Jamaica sprint stars has truly arrived. Nikisha Price's tactical master class. Speed alone doesn't always win race. Sometimes intelligence makes the difference. That is exactly what happened in the women's 400 meters. Nikisha Price stayed patient during the early stage, refusing to panic, while others pushed the pace. As the race entered the final bend, she unleashed an incredible finishing kick. Her timing was perfect. She crossed the line in 49.75 seconds, narrowly defeating American runner Aliyah Balta. It was not just fast, it was smart. The race demonstrated that championship success often comes from strategy as much as raw talent. Shericka Jackson's historical performance, when the conversation turns to greatness, Shericka Jackson deserved to be mentioned among the very best. At the Budapest World Championship, she produced one of the greatest 200 meters performance ever witnessed, stopping the clock at 21.41 seconds. She became the second fastest woman in history over the distance. She defeated an elite field that included Gabby Thomas and Shakri Richardson. From the moment she entered the curve, Jackson looked completely in control. Her powerful stride, smooth technique, and unmatched speed separated her from the rest. Performance like this doesn't simply win championship, they become part of athletes' history. Consistency. Different champions winning once is impressive, winning repeatedly is what creating legends. Shericka Jackson proved exactly that during another Diamond League meeting. Facing another world-class field, she once again delivered, running 11.04 seconds in the 100 meters. She showed that consistency is one of the greatest strengths. Whether competing in the 100 or 200 meters, Jackson continued to demonstrate incredible versatility. Very few athletes can dominate multiple sprint events at this level. She makes excellence look routine. The Jamaicans vs USA rivalry. Every major championship brings renewable excitement because of one rivalry. Jamaica versus the United States. These two sprinting powerhouses continue to push each other to extraordinary heights. American athletes such as Shericka Richardson and Gabby Thomas constantly challenge Jamaica's best. Meanwhile, Jamaican stars answer with remarkable performance of their own. The rivalry benefit everyone, fans witness faster times, athletes reach new levels, the sport grows stronger. This healthy competition has produced some of the greatest sprint races ever seen. Why Jamaicans keep producing champions? Many people ask the same question. Why does such a small nation continue producing world-class sprinters? The answer began long before international competition in Jamaica. Track and field is more than sport. It's part of everyone. Like young athletes dream of becoming sprint champions from an early age. School invest heavily in athletes. Communities celebrating success. Children grow up watching legends inspire the next generation. The foundation is built through the famous Isa Boys and Girls Championship. This annual competition is unlike almost any high school meet anywhere in the world. Packed stadium, national television coverage, intense competition. Future Olympians are born there by the time many Jamaican athletes reach senior competitions. They have already raced under enormous pressure for years. That experience became one of their biggest advantages. Standing on the shoulder of the legends, today's champions didn't build Jamaica's reputation alone. They continue a legacy established by some of the greatest athletes in history. Marlene Hotei showed the world that Jamaican women belong among the best. Veronica Campbell-Brown became one of the greatest champion performers ever. Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce inspired millions through incredible consistency and determination. Elaine Thompson-Herah redefined sprinting excellence with an unforgettable Olympic performance. Each generation has inspired the next. Now athletes like Tina Clayton and Shericka Jackson carry the traditional forward. Their success is built on decades of excellence. The future looks bright. Perhaps the most exciting part is that Jamaica's story is far from over. Youngest star continue emerging every season. The country talents pipeline remains incredibly strong. Experienced champions still competing at the highest level. New athletes are eager to create their own legacy. With every race, the standard continues to rise. That means fans can expect even faster time, greatest rivalries, and unforgettable champions moment in the years ahead. Conclusion. Jamaican continues proving that greatness is not determined by size. It's built through culture, hard work, and unwavering commitment to excellence. 4. Tina Clayton, explosive speed. To Nikisha Prince, tactical brilliance. To Shericka Jackson, historical performance. The message is clear. Jamaicans remains one of the greatest sprinting nation the world has ever seen. As the revival with the United States continues to grow, one thing is certain: the future of track and field has never been more exciting. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below and tell us Jamaican athletes impressed you the most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow athletes fans. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.